biology classes today, and today we are going to know about the different layers of retina and what is the role of the retina in the mechanism of vision. Before we will start this particular topic, we will just recall different structures or different structures that are present in our eye. So if we look into anybody's eye, then we can see these structure very clearly. What are these structures? The white part of the eye is known as the sclera, and what is the sclera actually? It is a protective layer of our eye. It is made up of tough fibrous connective tissue. Okay, next we can see central small hole is present in the eye, and this is known as the pupil, and through the pupil the light enters inside our eye, and also we can see dark brown or black or blue color in our eye, and this part is known as the iris. This part is actually pigmented part of the eye, and it is made up of the melanin pigment. So whatever I have told, I am just writing about the same. So sclera means it is the protective layer. It is the protective layer of eye. Okay. Next, protective layer of our eye. Next, pupil. Through pupil, what happens? Light enters inside the eye. So we can write entry of light, and the iris is the pigmented part. Okay, and if we dissect the eyeball, then we can get some of these structures which are written here, and some other structures are also there which are not labeled here. But today we will focus on the retina only. So today we will be focusing on the retina only, and we will be focusing on the different layers of the retina and what is the role of the retina in the mechanism of vision. And we know that retina is the sensory layer of our eye. So retina means it is the sensory layer of our eye. Okay, if I draw it here, then I can get these particular structure here, this one, which is known as the retina, Okay, so before I enter inside the retina, we just recall the other layers of the eye. What are these? Already I have told. The sclera means this part is the sclera, the protective layer. Then the pigmented layer, that is the choroid, which is actually forming the iris and as its extension. Okay, and this one is the retina, that is the sensory layer of our eye. If we move to the next slide, then we can easily understand that what are the different layers of the retina. Okay, so there are three separate layers of retina, and these are made up of three different types of neurons. So that means three different types of nerve cells. So what are these three separate layers? Just look into this. What is this? This is written ganglion cell. Yes. This first layer is made up of the ganglionic neurons, and this is known as the ganglionic layer. Ganglion cells or ganglionic layer or ganglion cell layer. Okay. Next, this next one is actually this is the inner layer. This is inner layer of retina. Okay. Now this one is known as the middle layer. which is made up of the bipolar neurons or the bipolar cells. Okay, bipolar neuron or the bipolar cell. So this is the middle layer or bipolar layer. Now the third one is made up of the photoreceptor cells. Photoreceptor cells, and this is known as the photoreceptor layer, which is the outer layer of retina. Except this, another pigmented layer is also there, which is made up of the melanin. Okay, this is not mentioned here, but these are the three layers which are going to discuss today. Okay, now this is ganglionic layer, the innermost layer of the retina, which is known as the ganglionic layer. Then the next layer is known as the middle layer, which is made up of the bipolar cells or the bipolar layer, bipolar neurons. Then the third layer, that is the outer layer, which is known as the photoreceptor cells. This is the structure of our eyeball. We have seen the retina is here. Now, if I draw the eyeball here, it looks like the same. Okay. Here, this is the outer layer of the eye that is made up of the fibrous connective tissue, and it is known as the sclera, right? It is known as the sclera. Okay. Then the next layer is known as the choroid, and it is the choroid. Okay. This is choroid, and this one is retina. This one is retina. Okay. Here is the optic nerve. Here is the optic nerve. Okay, and through the entry of the optic nerves, the blood vessels enters inside the eye. Remember, through the entry of the optic nerve, the blood vessels enters inside the eye, and the optic nerve, that means the neurons, are removing outside the eye. Okay, so this is our retina. This is the retina. And what we are going to discuss is what are the layers of the retina. Okay, suppose the light rays have entered inside the eye and it has fallen on the retina. It has fallen on the retina. Okay, what will happen? Three layers are there. So the first layer is made up of the ganglionic cells. These are made up of the ganglionic cells. Next is made up of the bipolar cells. Here you can observe the bipolar cells are there. These are the bipolar cells, and this looks like the toffees. Okay, and the third one, which are the photoreceptor cells. Okay, these are the photoreceptor cells. Okay, so this way the three layers are situated in the retina. What happens when the light falls on them? That we are going to discuss today. When light falls on them, no change is occurred in the ganglionic cell. So light falls on the retina, no change in the ganglionic layer. Then it goes to the bipolar layer, no change. But as soon as it falls on the photoreceptor cells, the changes occurred. How the changes occurred? In the photoreceptor cells, two types of cells are there. One is known as rod cells and another one type is known as the cone cells. Okay. Two types of photoreceptor cells are present in the photoreceptor layer of retina. One type is known as the rod cells, another type of photoreceptor cells are known as the cone cells. What are the difference between them? First we will discuss about the similarities between them. All types of photoreceptor cells are having two separate segments. What the name of these two separate segments? One is inner segment, another one is the outer segment. The inner segment is made up of retinal, which is an aldehyde of vitamin A. Aldehyde of vitamin A is retinal. Vitamin means retinol. And the outer segment contains one protein, that is opsin protein, plus pigment. So, in case of rod, name of the pigment is rhodopsin. Why? Because it is rhodopsin or visual purple, because it is purple in color. Rhodopsin or visual purple. It is purple in color. Now, if we talk about the cone cells, these are also having same two segments, one outer and one inner segment. The outer segment is made up of the opsin protein and one pigment, and outer segment is made up of the opsin protein and one pigment, and inner segment is made up of the retinal. But according to the trichromatic theory, there are three types of cone cells present in our eye, which is responsive against three different types of light, which are having different wavelengths. Okay, so what are these three types of cone cells present in our eye? These three types of cone cells are responsible for responding to three types of pigments. One is for blue, one is for blue, another is for green, and the third one is for red. Okay, this is red. The name of the blue pigment is cyanopsin. Green pigment is chloropsin, and red pigment is erythropsin. Okay, so these are the structure of the different types of photoreceptor cells. Normally these pigments are having a common name which is iodopsin. Iodopsin. Okay. So these are the different types of pigments which are present in the different types of photoreceptor cells. Now, if the light falls on the photoreceptor cells, then there is a change in the structure of the opsin proteins. Now, that is the segments of the photoreceptor cells. So the two segments are there. So these two segments become separated from each other. These two segments are separated from each other. Why? Because of the change, chemical and structural change in the segments of the photoreceptor cells. And this event is known as, or incident is known as the bleaching. Okay, this is known as the bleaching. As soon as they are separated from each other, it will create the action potential in the bipodal layer of the eye. So, as soon as the two parts of the photoreceptor cells are separated from each other, this will create an action potential in the bipodal cell or the bipodal neuron of the retina. Now, these will generate another action potential in the ganglionic cell of retina. And finally, that particular impulse is going to the eye through the optic nerve to the visual cortex of the brain. Okay, these are the ganglionic cells, and ganglionic cells means these are the ganglionic neurons, and we know any nerve tissue is composed of the bundle of axons, and the optic nerve is made up of the axons coming from the ganglionic cell. So these are making the optic nerve. Now the optic nerve is carrying the impulse to the visual cortex of the brain. So it will be moved to the visual cortex of the brain. And there the image formation is recognized, and it is recognized the image has been formed in the retina, and we can identify the object as per our experience and the previous memory. And this way we are easily detecting any object in front of us. And this way different layers of retina are helping us to see any object. So if you are having any doubt, you go through this chapter properly, and in the next class ask me. Till then, tata, bye bye.